This show has been sponsored by Citroen Used Cars.
Hi, I am here with Jason and Donald from Team Paramount, the 2016 champions?
Yes, that's correct.
Nice to meet you guys. So, this boat here, like what modifications have you done on this boat since the last regatta or since the last great race?
Well, since the last great race, we've gone into a different engine program. We've purchased Sterling motors, which are pretty much the best in the business. We looked at the successes and the reliability of the Monster boat, which was very reliable and with great power, and we decided to go that way and buy into the Sterling program.
Right. So you're expecting to be stiff competition for the top class this year?
I definitely think so, and actually this year is pretty exciting because the last time we raced we won, the last time Monster race they won, the last time Solo race they won. Right. So for the last 3 years, it's 3 different winners, right. And all these 3 boats haven't raced for the last 3 years, so we'll see how it goes.
Right. And the 50th year, which makes it a kind of special nostalgic year as well.
Yes, most definitely a special year. 50 years running of the powerboat racing to Tobago. I think it'll be good. I think it'll be definitely good.
Now, you were telling me earlier when we was having a chat that this boat is completely built out of carbon fiber.
Yes, that is correct. This is a 50-foot Mystic, built by John Koska out of Mystic Powerboats. It's the only boat in Trinidad and Tobago, probably in this hemisphere, that is entirely built out of carbon fiber, which makes it extremely strong and extremely light. Some of our competitors will be in the vicinity of 3,000 to 4,000 pounds lighter than the competition.
Right. So in your class, you're possibly, even though you're the biggest boat, you might be one of the lightest.
Oh, we're definitely the lightest in the class.
You are, in fact, the lightest in your category.
That's a fact.
So you're looking at the potential winners here, because as I say, like brand new engines, Sterling, which apparently are very fast, very reliable, and a very, very light hull. But who do you think is going to be your biggest competition?
I mean, honestly, all the boats in the 130 class have a chance of winning. I mean, there's Monster, there's Solo, those guys are always good. And there's Lucas Oil, we don't know what they're going to do. Right. Probably will do good, Cat Killer. Right. I mean, everybody in the class can win. Right. It's on a given day, whoever the conditions suit the best may come out and who's prepared the best. So it's going to be interesting.
So the big debate, catamaran versus V-hull. What's your take on that? I understand cat's probably better in the turn than a V.
Well, the catamarans are, I mean, I don't want to sound, what's the word I'm looking for? Biased, but I mean, I've raced both the Vs and cats, and the catamarans will definitely out-corner the V. They generally, power for power, they're 30 to 40 miles an hour faster. And then in the rough, really and truly...
So sorry to stop you there. Same engine in both a cat and a similar V. You're saying you're going to get 30 to 40 miles an hour more speed out of the cat?
That is correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Simply because of the design? The
design, yeah. The air entrapment hull, it was, obviously the DV was designed originally, but then when the cats came out, it is a superior hull in many facets, when coming to racing.
Right. Okay. Well, big up your sponsors.
Well, we'd like to shout out, obviously, Paramount as our main corporate sponsor that have been with us through thick and thin for the entirety of the boat in Trinidad.
So what do Paramount do?
Well, Paramount is pretty much the premier choice, probably one of the biggest transport and crane service provider in Trinidad and Tobago, and internationally as well. So they are our corporate sponsor, and they're a very, very professional company which we wanted to align with. We are a professional race team, so we fit hand in hand. We have Tradewinds Hotel, which is probably the premier hotel in San Fernando. We have Puff and Stuff. Recently, we just were privileged enough to get on board with Chevron, which is Lube Tech. So they're on board with us now. We have VP Fuels, we have Maguire's. So we have quite a few. I mean, I don't know if we...
I think that's pretty much where we are there.
Yeah, so now we're very, very happy with our sponsors and you know, glad to fly their flags and, you know, do what we can from a marketing perspective to make everybody happy.
So this is a two-man team, yes?
It's a three-man team actually, but one of our guys is injured, so we're not sure if it's going to be 2 or 3. We have to see how he is. He got a little burnt and hopefully he'll be better in time, but we're not sure.
Oh, so you might be racing with just the two of you?
It's possible, we're not sure yet.
Would that be much of a hindrance to you?
No, I think the boat will be 200 pounds lighter. Essentially, well, he acts, he's our crew chief and navigator, so he does play a very important role, but in this type of boat, essentially, Jason and myself can't fit all the functions in terms of navigation, driving, throttling. So as much as we want him and wish him well and want him to get better, if he can't make it, we'll make the best of it.
Okay. But no plans to get a replacement for him?
There are 1 or 2 guys that may be interested and we may bring on board, but that will be probably decided that maybe Wednesday or Thursday of the race. We want to give this guy as much opportunity as we can to get back on board.
Okay, so Donald would just like to say a few words about Xander, he's got like live like Xander, hashtag live like Xander. What does that hashtag mean?
Well, essentially, Xander was a exceptional, world-class young surfer. He competed all over the world, and he was really brilliant for his age, and he had a lot of potential. Essentially, unfortunately, last year, September, he had a surfing accident and he passed. So he's essentially a family friend of ours, and we just wanted to do something for him, put him back on the water, and just, you know, keep him alive, be positive. At the end of the day, he was a super young guy, and we just wanted to put him on the board and take him to the championships this great race 2018.
How old was Xander?
Xander was 16 years old.
Oh dear. That's such a tragic story, and like I'm sure he's looking down with the new hashtag Live Like Xander name on the boat there. I'm sure he really does appreciate that.
Yes, well, he was a super young boy and a lot of potential and world class. He had a lot of followers all over the world. I mean, he was competing overseas and winning, and he's a super young guy, super mom and dad, and we just wanted to, you know, give them a little tribute and to carry on his memory and you know, just do that for the family. And
was he Trinidadian?
no, he was from Barbados. He's Bajan.
Okay.
So
Donald, what I wanted to talk to you about was this fantastic paintwork. We're on the top of the boat, and it really does look spectacular. Tell us a bit about the paint job here.
Well, essentially, the paint job, but funny enough, is that before we painted this boat, I love Mystic hulls, and I bought a model replica out of Germany that is an exact scale replica of this boat. Excuse me. And I had a friend of mine, Stephen Miles, who is probably, I would rate him as the #1 offshore poker run painter in the world. He's blow mind, he's talented beyond belief. And I told him that I wanted him to paint my model boat, which was an exact replica of this, which he did. And he did
At what scale?
I'm not sure the exact scale. This is obviously 50 foot long, that is 72 inches long, so I'm not sure of the exact scale, to be honest. But he did a superb job. I mean, the boat it's probably more beautiful than this because it doesn't race, and it's in my living room on a platter. But one of the things that was amazing is that to attest to the scale and the design of the boat, this entire boat was painted by him working on the model boats. And when we brought him to Trinidad to paint this boat, he brought 1,500 feet of graphic. Everything on this boat is paint. There are no graphics on this boat. And he did that off the scale model. He'd never seen this boat before. He spent a month with us here in Trinidad. And I mean, his work is world renowned. I mean, he is the best in the world. And I would just like to give him a shout out because he's a super nice guy and his talent overflows. I mean, a beautiful guy, and I mean, look at the boat. I mean, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's lovely. So where could they find him on the internet?
They could find him on Facebook and Instagram and that kind of stuff. His company is Stephen Miles Design, and essentially he does, I mean, all the high-end power boats, poker boats, center consoles in the US, and even paint stuff. I mean, down here we brought him to the Caribbean, but he's world-renowned and overflowing with talent.
And where can they find Paramount or information about you guys on the internet?
We have a Facebook page. We haven't really we've been so busy with work and commitments and getting the boat ready. It's not too up to date, but essentially on Facebook you can find Paramount Racing. And then obviously from a company standpoint, as I said before, Paramount is pretty much the choice in terms of quality, in terms of transport, craneage, that kind of stuff in the Caribbean. Hands down the best.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Donald, for your time.
Thank you, I appreciate it.